Alright, welcome back everybody. So we are back on Saxlingham. So we are going to be continuing, kind of just getting our farm area set. So we're going to be mowing and baling the grass here. Preparation for probably getting sheep. Either can start selling wool or started at least a fabric production, getting more money out of that. So, or even goats, we can sell goat milk, all that kind of good stuff. Alright, so let's get some mowing done. Alright, so turn that on, lower that, and then, crap, okay. So yeah, let's get started getting all that done. Just want to make sure that that baler has a wide enough collection point on there. Okay, yeah, we got to turn automatic bale on, or automatic drop on. Oh, and actually I want to change the size. Let's do some 180s. That way we don't have like a million bales sitting around. Alright, so it looks like it does have a wider pickup on the baler, which is good. Yeah, again, I wish I could get rid of these fences on here. I wonder if there's going to be an update for that for the map, because that sure would be nice. Because I would like to make the entrance to this area bigger, where that gate is, and then take the fence up between my two fields over here. That way I'm not like leaving one area, going to the road, going back into the next field over. It would be much more convenient. Yeah, so this whole area is basically our main part of our farm. Probably where we'll keep probably our sheds, our farmhouse, probably the silos. You know, we might get this. I mean, eventually I will, but I might put on like some animals on that side, or you know, we'll see what we want to do with that. But yeah, for right now we have this section and then one straight ahead. It's kind of like our start farm. Start from nothing. I like playing maps like this, and I don't. Sometimes I like using the start farm, but I just like building maps how I want it. You know, so I'll buy fields and then just change those into like production areas or like sell point areas. Let me close this fence. It's actually called a gate. Let me close that gate. Yeah, I like that this baler has a wider collection area. Let's see how wide it actually is. Oh yeah, I think I actually think I can set it up that way where it's a 12-meter collection, 12-meter width collection for that. It just doesn't have the markers on there. Unless it had an option, I just didn't turn it on. Kind of like the mower in the front. I have that set up as a 10 meter width, which is basically the same as like the back mower, but I would much prefer doing this. Just have the front mower do 10 meters and then you just bale it right away. That's just how I do things. I try to be like, I don't know if you want to call it like semi-realistic, mostly realistic, majority realistic. You know, I'm probably not, I usually don't like doing like a 50-meter width, you know, harvesters or mowers or anything like that. Usually the widest I'll do is like this mower where it's like 10 meters. Where it's like, it is basically realistic, it would just be on the back mower. And of course I'll do like, you know, liftable bales, liftable pallets, because I'm not trying to spend 6 years on a forklift, just moving bales from productions and all that. Alright, yeah, so while I'm going around, I'm just trying to think of a location where I can put probably like a bale storage of some sort. I'm just kind of like mapping out where I want to put things in my head. Because I was thinking of putting that farmhouse kind of by the fence where that other farmhouse is, near the other main road. Oh, we missed the spot there. Let me go back and get that. And then I'm going to be mowing and billing that other field right here too. Because I could just put buildings or whatever on top of it, you know, paint over it, but I mean it's free grass, free food for your sheep and your goats. Yeah, because this, I don't think is considered a grass field. Yeah, it's not. That's basically just painted on there. And those two fields they're pretty small. The 71 and 73 fields, those are about 35 or so thousand each on average. So once I get some money coming in, I'll probably end up getting those at the beginning as well. Okay, sorry, just give me 1 second here. I'll probably put my farmhouse somewhere around here. And then have like a little road coming through, probably through the middle, and have, you know, like machine sheds, silos, you know, that kind of stuff throughout here. Other than the fences, so far I'm liking this map. It's pretty detailed. And it's also a good sized map. I didn't really check to see for sure, because if I go here to, actually it'll be here to productions, you know, there's nothing that's showing available. But yeah, if you go to the map, you know, there's like this stuff down here. These are, could be just like sell points there, but there's productions throughout here. You know, like different areas, there's productions in like some of these little spots here. But what I would probably do is, you know, buy like these two and put it like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 productions inside of here. You know, something like that. But I mean, the fields themselves are pretty good size too. And these are just all straight grass fields in the middle, along the river up there. Yeah, I was looking at the field prices, and they're actually kind of high. Yeah, because even like this field here, it's a fairly small field, is $258,000. You know, this field here, I mean, again, it's a good size field, but it's $734,000. This one's a little bit smaller, it's 80,000. This one's 116,000. Yeah, I mean, these fields are pretty expensive. 771,000, 746, 895, 975. So yeah, they're pretty lofty. I mean, the only ones I really would buy or would probably be able to afford would be like the ones around here. Like I would just buy like maybe like these 5 or 6 right here. You know, maybe like this little group. But yeah, I just don't like these spots in the middle. You know, and then there's these fields along here, the a little bit bigger. But yeah, I was just looking at field prices. The cheapest one is like 100,000. So yeah, so far we have made 14 bales. So probably have close to 20. This will be 15 right here. Yeah, so we'll probably be able to make maybe another 2 or 3 bales. This is how I much prefer mowing grass. I'll put the mower on the front, have a baler in the back. I mean, like I said, I'm not doing like a 50-meter wide mower. I mean, it's super convenient. You know, I for sure would have been done like 6 times by now, but I mean, especially right now, there's not a whole lot to do, so I don't really mind doing this. Then we'll probably get one more bale off this side, and then we'll go to the other side. I won't quite get one more off of here, but we'll get a bunch more on the other side. And we're already at 18 bales. Yeah, because I would really like to, if anything, just get rid of this gate and make it wider. The gate looks pretty sweet. It's super detailed. It looks really cool. But I mean that might be too narrow for a lot of stuff to try to get through there. For now it's fine, obviously, but yeah, let me throw this baler down. Oops. Throw the mower down. Just come in here and close this gate here real quick. I have to be on the inside of it. I didn't really want to drop a bale in the middle of here, but I'm trying to get to the outside. And then as far as the farm, I'll probably end up getting animals pretty much right away. Because right now I just can't afford any fields. So I can just use animals, sell the products from them. At least as like some sort of income. I always save up for doing field work. But I mean, field work also includes more expensive machinery. So if anything, might just do like some harvesting contracts. Whichever ones are paying out like more than 20,000 a piece. I just hate doing like $3,000 contracts. Especially if you don't have the equipment for it. Because I'd much rather do like one $30,000 contract than 10 $3,000 contracts. Actually got quite a few bales now. We got 22, 23. So yeah, that'll be enough food for quite a while for sheep or goats. Especially if you only get like a handful and then just wait for them to reproduce. And then you can see either sell the mature adults, or you just keep them and just sell their either the wool or the goat milk, whatever you're doing. I try to just be as self-sustaining as possible. So that's why if I'm gonna get cows, I'm gonna make sure I have straw, hay, grass, silage, all that before even getting cows. Instead of just going and just straight buying TMR. Yeah, 'cause if you have animals, you should be able just to feed them from your farm instead of buying food for them. Otherwise, I mean, what's the point? Yeah, you might get a bunch of like eggs from chickens, but you know, how much did you spend in food for those eggs? Alright, so that'll be bale number 25. Yeah, usually what I do on maps is I mean, it'll take a little while to get to that point, but you know, I'll get the 1,000 cow pasture, and then I will just put maybe like 200 total. Even if that, maybe like 50 total, and then once I hit the 1,000 limit on that pasture or on that cow barn, then I'm done on that map, because that takes years and years to do that. So that's kind of like a timer. Can I unload? Can I unload baler? No, I cannot. See, this is really what I don't want to have to be doing all the time. I'd rather just go through this without a fence. Yeah, so that's a good amount of bales. Alrighty. Yeah, because now I have to just keep doing this all the time. Let's see, where would be a good spot for bales? Thinking maybe like right here. I can put bales here maybe. You know, I can have like one bale section with like just grass bales for like the sheep or goats, whatever is going to be over there. You know, so I could even put it like over here maybe. Because I was going to do like a chicken pen, which was probably going to go on this side. I was thinking doing maybe greenhouses over here. It's kind of small though. I like doing the massive greenhouse. Actually, let me see. Greenhouses. I like doing. No. I like doing tree greenhouses. That way I don't have to worry about frickin' chopping down trees or anything. I just harvest or just make wood in there. But yeah, the one I usually do. Oh, here's the crickets. It's in a greenhouse. See, so like this probably won't work on this map because it only has a water input, but it doesn't show an output. So the last map that I was on, Dahlberg, I noticed a lot of the productions were like that, and they wouldn't work on that map. So you always want to make sure that whatever productions you're going to be using work on that map. But yeah, I like using this greenhouse, which I mean that'll probably fit. Will that fit in here? Probably. I mean, there's that tree right there, but or there's this section. The gate is right there. I mean, this will probably work in here too. Yeah, I think this will for sure work in here. So yeah, I can use it on either side. You know, put like a water something or another in there. Yeah, so I mean, this should work on either side of this. I just don't think it can go that far back just because of that tree, and it's kind of narrow back here. I have to do a lot of terraforming. It's not too level in any of these fields. But yeah, this is the greenhouse that I like using. So it's kind of like an open air, but there's also you can lift the tops over it and cover it if you want. What is this? Just like a small greenhouse area. I mean, it does a lot of products, but you don't get very many plots in there. Alright, so root crops. Yeah, see, like this one, it says melon, watermelon greenhouses, pumpkins. It probably won't work on this map because it doesn't show any output. Same with this one, there's no output for raspberries. So this one should probably work the super greenhouse for supermarket production. And this grape or olive orchard. And got mushrooms. But yeah, so this cricket one, I thought it sounded kind of cool, but it probably won't work on this map. But yeah, it looks like otherwise most of these will. You can do coffee. Yeah, you can do all these. These are pretty much the base game ones here. Oops. And then even if you do sell points that would have like say raspberries or I don't know if there's I'm sure there's probably a cricket one that was part of that that mod, but yeah, if you're not able to produce it, then it's kind of pointless. And you get a big hotel as a sell point. But yeah, I like doing these, like these markets, so you can like kind of like line them up and like you know make like a whole area with just those in there. You can do like this whole thing that's like a farmer's market, and then you can put stands all around. corner store. And then you got all these, that's like a Chinese food. Like a fast food diner. And then you get these other ones that look like a Pizza Hut. I mean, obviously that looks like a Pizza Hut. And then Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, so this is part of that New York and More mod. Or this actually kind of looks cool. What's going on in here? Got an LED board. Yeah, so I mean, I would just throw this in. Like, I would just throw this over here or something. And then make like something like this, either productions and sell points, or have one side be like some sell points, the other be like a couple productions. But yeah, I really like doing productions on this game. It gives you more to do than just like, you know, harvest a field, go sell the product, bale some straw, go sell that, straw bales. Because before, really the only thing you could do was just kind of, you know, make TMR and feed your cows and sell milk. That was pretty much it. And sell silage. That was the big thing before Farm Sim 22 is you just make a lot of silage and just make a lot of money doing that, selling it. Yeah, pretty much most of these I've used, or at least know what they're for. So these are new. This is part of the new mod. I downloaded the BGA construction set. So this is like your input. So that'll take, well, I mean, it looks like everything. Looks like it takes cut sugar beet, um, um, slurry, manure, silage. I mean, it kind of, I don't know. This is kind of weird because it looks like you just, unless, I mean, is that it? Usually they keep all that stuff together, but I saw a whole bunch of pieces that were part of that in the screenshots. Yeah, because this is all different. So I mean, this is kind of the same thing. You know, this comes as a whole setup like that. But these is just the input. Like these are just the input for the BGA. Unless they're just farther down. Actually, I can do this. I can go. Where are we gonna go here? In mods and DLCs, I can look up the. I don't know what it'd be under because it's alphabetical. I don't know if it'd be like modular or BGA. Was it in the B's? No. sure I won't buy it. I didn't see it though. Actually, I probably won't have productions in here. Yeah, because that's not the right section for that. Oh yeah, I can be a slumlord. I could even put a bunch of these in here. Why is there a fish on top of that one? It's funny. The dude's sitting on top of here. Looks like he's got some natty. I mean, it's kind of fitting if you think about it. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be in here. Let's keep scrolling. No, that's not it. Because usually they have all the same pieces together, like this, the Planet Modular BGA. But again, this won't work on this map. This is what I usually use for my BGA. I'll just, grab a bunch of these and then process and process and process. But it didn't work on the Dahlberg map, and it looks like it's not going to work on here either. Because usually it's going to show your production input and output. Like here, it shows your input is grapes, your output is grape juice and raisins. Yeah, because the other map I spent a ton of money putting that stuff down and then it didn't work. And then I had to sell it and I got maybe 50% back for it. Yeah, I'm not seeing the other pieces for that. So this farmhouse is a constructible, so you have to put materials in to be able to have a completed house. So you can see all the materials that it takes. It takes wood, furniture, prefab walls, concrete, beams, planks. You can do the grain elevator. Rent collection from NPCs, a single house. Buildable NPC house. Alright, so I would have to take a look and see, because these are the houses and then these are the collection points. So that is for sure different. So this roller coaster has a flash warning because it's got flashing lights and all that on here. So I would just buy this field, put this in here, make like a big parking lot out front. Put some placeable cars and all that kind of stuff in there. Playground, yeah, these are from like the base game maps. Alright, anyways, let's go selling points. What am I doing here? I need sheds, I think. Now it'll be silos for like bale storage and all that. Let's see. Yeah, so I usually use like these. Actually, I'm not too sure because that doesn't look right, so I'm not going to use that one. But yeah, I mean, you can just put this down somewhere and then use that. All I can hear is like animals screaming in my ear. Got a manure lagoon. Yeah, sometimes I'll use this. Where's the other one? Yeah, it was this one that I've used a lot. Because you can do bale and pallets on this. You can put 200,000 pieces in here. It's only 25,000. So I'll probably put it over here maybe. Kind of like this. Or maybe like at an angle. Because the right side... No, the left side is where you drop them off. The right side is where you pick them up. But yeah, I might just use this one. It's not really like in the way or anything. I don't like putting stuff on uneven ground, but alright, yeah, let me like do some terraforming here. Let's level from like this point over to here and then back here. Yeah, why don't they go down there? Okay, so let's go back here. Shit, silos. I got all the way down. Alright, so actually let me level it a little bit farther forward. Yeah, like right here. I'm not sure why I can't level them more in that corner, but don't really need to. I gotta go all the way down. Alright, now I've got the nice flat area. And then I can go in and soften this. Can I soften this? Yeah, I don't think I can. But yeah, this looks good over here. Yeah, actually I really like the way that looks. I can do painting or whatever if I want to change that later on. Alright, but then yeah, now you just go in and get all these bales in there. Yeah, so they go in on that side. Yeah, so you can put a ton of bales in here. You can put a ton of pallets in here. It holds 200,000. So we have 3 out of 200,000 for capacity right now. But yeah, I think we have 25 bales. I mean, obviously it would be a lot easier just to have like, you know, some sort of bale loading trailer and then just dump them in there like that, but yeah, for right now we got our hands. And then any like wool pallets, goat milk pallets, any egg pallets, that can all go in there. Alright, so that is looking good like that. We got an entrance here. I'll probably have a chicken coop just on the other side of this. So I have like a little path coming through. You know, we can have our, I'll probably just end up doing just the $1,000 or 1,000 annual pen. Put that here, put sheep and goats in there, and then have chickens over here. You'll have a little bit of an area maybe for something here. Maybe put the bee pallet over here, the bee spawn, or the honey spawn pallet over here. The honey pallet spawn over here. There we go. Yeah, so we got this all this grass baled up, and then now we just gotta put it in storage, and then start figuring some other stuff out. So that'll be it for right now, and next time we'll get everything packed up or stored away, I should say. And then we can kind of figure out what to do after that. So that'll be it for now. Make sure you like, follow, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. It's free and easy. So just do it. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.